Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with Nir and Dima. Nir is the CEO and co-founder of XP.NETWORK. Dima is the CTO. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us. Very much excited to be in the platform, to be in your channel, and looking forward to this discussion.
For those of whom they don't know about XP.NETWORK, do you mind to give us an intro?
Product is already built. It's already live mainnet. We have actually 6 mainnet if you count everything that we have developed and launched over the mainnet. So we have 6 mainnet products. Our main focus is on the NFT bridge. XP.NETWORK, what it does, it at its core is a multi-chain NFT bridge. This is the first product that we launched. And Dima can elaborate a bit further about the other products and about the peripheral supplemental products that we made into supporting the bridge and making it far more easier for it to be interactive and used by our users and by our partners. So XP.NETWORK is a multi-chain NFT bridge. Our mission, we started back in 2021. Our mission is to make the movement of NFTs between chains super easy, to be to the point that you don't even have to think about it. This is also the second main product that we released is the XP.NET.JS API, which is basically the backdoor to the bridge itself. While we do have bridge.xp.network live and working for consumers, our main focus is on the API for connecting thousands of NFT dApps to make them accessible right away for 35 mainnet chains that we created integrations to and true partnerships to. So it's not just about just an integration from our side. We have created true strong partnership, which is based on mutual interest and mutual will to make the blockchain and the crypto market much more streamlined and accessible to the off crypto and crypto community.
Thank you so much for the lovely intro. I do believe the future is interoperability. There is a gazillion of different blockchains, right? So I think it's great that people like yourself coming out and building situations for different languages to talk to each other, because interoperability is definitely going to be a thing, I guess. So super excited to see you guys here, by the way.
So XP.NETWORK is our website where you can find all the information about our company. So if you go to the main menu, which is a panel on the top, the first item is products. So here you can find a link to the bridge, the link to the Bridge Explorer, the link to the staking platform, the widget, our library, and the fungible bridge between Binance and Algorand to enable you to do the staking here.
Right now, we are adding more. This is the first pair that we launched for the fungible bridge itself.
So multi-chain bridge, so let's go to that. There it is. The link is also very simple. It's bridge.xp.network. So what you do here, this is the first front window. Here, in order to start, you have to select the chain of departure. Here you have the list of all the chains we support and the chains that are coming soon. So let's select, for example, here you have a search bar. So you can start typing and it will bring you all the chains that match your criteria. For example, let's say Moonbeam. For example, let's say Near. Okay, so we can bridge between EVMs and non-EVMs. This is a feature of our bridge that most other competitors don't have. We connect a lot of EVMs to a lot of non-EVMs. The next step is we have to connect the wallet. So we can either click this button, connect wallet, or we can straightforward go to continue bridging, and it will still first ask us to connect the wallet like so. So here you see the wallets that we support. The list is also quite long, but you can see that only several wallets are active now because the others are compatible with other blockchains, and they are grayed out on purpose so that you don't accidentally try to connect with a wallet that is not compatible with the chain of departure. So here we have selected as a chain of departure Moonbeam, which is an EVM blockchain. So MetaMask, Unstoppable Domains, this is a name service. BitKeep and Wallet Connect are available for you to sign your messages from EVM chains. So let's go with MetaMask, because that's where I have my account. And as you can see, we are inside the bridge right now. We have NFT cards. Sometimes the assets of the NFTs, such as videos or images, can be very heavy. So it might take some time for them to load. It's normal. So as you can see, these are the NFTs that I have. These particular NFTs come from a collection that we created specifically for a challenge that we have right now jointly with Aurora on the Galaxy platform. In order to see more details about each NFT, you can click this I or information button. It will pop up this window with a larger view of the image, and you can scroll to see more assets of each NFT. All those NFT assets come from the metadata of each NFT. So it's dynamic. In order to bridge, you have to select at least one NFT. You can see the blue tick here showing that this one has been selected, and you see that it was added to the list of selected NFTs. The next step is you have to provide the destination address. It has to be compatible with the chain of destination. So here we have the information about the chain of departure from which we're sending, here to which chain we're sending. So in order to get my Near account, go to Near Wallet, and there I have my account. I have two accounts actually, so I can copy the one where I want to send right now. So let's go to the bridge, provide this like so, and now we can do the next steps. So the next step is approving. By approving, we're telling the contract of the NFT that we allow the bridge contract to do something with this NFT. Okay, so approval happens like this. We click this button. Okay, this NFT probably was already approved, so it happened quickly. But usually it will take us to the wallet and will ask us to actually approve. I will not send because it will take some time, which we don't want to waste here. So let me move to the next product. So once we bridge something, we would probably want to see this transaction, or maybe we bridged yesterday and we want to check it again. So in order to be able to do so, we have a bridge explorer. It's very easy to find it. You just say explorer.xp.network.
Everything is live. So everything is
Yes,
live, real transactions, real usage, real data. And our focus as for 2023, when back 2021, we architected basically the whole structure, the company, the product, and the security around it. 2022 has been solely focused on introducing the product to the world, making it live, making it viable, making as many partnerships as possible with the chains. And 2023 is heavily focused on this, the very much explorer, moving as many NFTs as possible. From one side, moving the NFTs. From the other side is connecting the different NFT dApps, decentralized applications, and not just connecting them, but actually supporting them to the point that it's easy for them to mint, easy for them to their NFTs live, and then of course materialize their NFTs on different marketplaces and different chains. So a lot of the work of XP.NETWORK is also helping, not just from the technical side, but also from the product side to different NFT dApps that are building themselves and are maturing right now to actually become mature enough to the point that they're actually launching and minting their NFTs. One quick case to talk about is a lot of NFT projects that, for example, decided to build their project on Ethereum. They have this limit of how many NFTs they can actually mint because it's super expensive and super slow from one side, but from the other side, it is where the most of the community is, right? So one of the things that we're actually engaging users to do and the applications and startups to do is to go to a cheaper blockchain, for example, BSC or a different kind of chains that it's easier, faster, and much more accessible to mint the NFTs. And then using the NFT bridge, we're actually bridging them to Ethereum. So it's like a workaround to actually be on Ethereum. And thanks to the XP.NETWORK bridge, it keeps all the, I would say, blockchain properties, all the features, royalties, and all the mechanisms that makes that NFT unique on the different chains as well. So super easy workaround that is quite popular. So we have projects that are moving whole collections or specific or SNFTs or different kinds of variations from cheaper chains to more expensive chains or the other way around to actually reach to other communities.
This is fantastic because, I mean, first of all, it is amazing that you guys have built a bridge, something is going to be able to connect two chains entirely, which is amazing. I have a question. So what happens to the original?
The chain protocols, they are not connected, actually. Every chain, it's like a world inside itself. It doesn't have a native way of communicating to anything outside the chain. Therefore, of course, the original native NFT always stays on the chain of origin. It never travels physically to any other chain. It is locked in a special smart contract that makes sure that nobody has access to this NFT while this NFT travels on other chains. Then there's a network of validators. They reside off-chain, and of course, they partially use the Web 2 technology because there's no other way for the chains to communicate. It is a network to be decentralized and redundant. So the more redundant it is, the more secure it is, because if one of the validators fail, then others will still do their job, and the message will be delivered to the chain of destination. Besides relaying the messages, they also sign the messages. So it's not that anybody can just deliver the message and the destination contract will believe it. So they have a way of securely signing messages with a threshold. It means there is a certain number out of the group of validators that do the job that has to sign for the signature to be valid. If less sign, the signature will not be valid and the destination NFT will not be minted. So once everything is good, the destination contract verifies the signature and mints a wrapped NFT on the other side, according to the rules of the chain of destination. It's also important. So you see, if we just even if we had a magic way of delivering your original NFT to the chain of destination, it could be not compatible with the standards that live there. For example, if we go from Ethereum to Solana and we just grab the NFT and place it there, it won't be native. Neither in marketplaces nor even the chain explorer will be able to understand what it sees. So in order for this NFT to be usable there, it has to be minted according to the rules of the destination chain. So our bridge acts as an adapter between different standards. So as we bridge, we also adapt. We build the NFT according to the rules that exist there. We add some properties that never existed on the chain of origin, or we remove some properties if they're incompatible. For example, some chains require a hash of this NFT, which doesn't exist on Ethereum, and we have to add it, like, for example, on Algorand. And vice versa. For example, there's a secret network blockchain that has a secret part of an NFT that doesn't exist on any other chain. So we have to remove it according to the agreement with the secret network team and the marketplace stash that exists there. We don't bridge this part. Instead, we add a parameter which says secret part. In order to view it, bridge it back to secret network. Otherwise, we could ruin the integrity of the system. But in the future, we are thinking of creating a standard for contracts on EVMs that could also do the job and be secret.
That's amazing. And I would imagine if you have to migrate from, let's say, you have an NFT in Ethereum and you want to go to Solana, would then I pay the fees on Ethereum or Solana?
You pay all the fees in the tokens of the chain of departure, which means Ethereum in this case, because we have no guarantee that you have tokens of the chain of destination. We don't even have a guarantee that the address you're sending to exists. So maybe it will only start existing when something arrives to it, like this NFT. And of course, we can't rely on that probably non-existent address. So we take all the fees from the sender. The sender has to cover the fees locally, whatever the validators of the chain of departure require to compute this transaction. And additionally, this user has to pay the fees on the chain of destination. And we do the calculation and conversion. And therefore, it could be a situation where the exchange rate between the time of the transfer and we exchange it can change. So we add this potential slippage to the fee, which in many cases becomes our profit. But sometimes it may cover the potential losses that we can have while converting one token to another. But it's super convenient for the user. This burden is completely on us.
Yeah, makes sense. What a fantastic product you guys have built. And what is the most use case have you seen? So before you were talking about entire people wanting to do a bulk migration. Let's say, for example, someone has started maybe a collection on Ethereum and they wanted to migrate on Solana, whatever network they might be. Have you seen the use case mainly for creators, or there is also a case for collectors? They want to migrate their asset, a bridge, actually, I probably say their asset into different chains.
Right. Of course, there are use cases for many groups of users. One use case is for owners of NFT who are not creators. They can bridge their NFTs to foreign chains in order A, to sell them at a higher rate, or B, to participate in some either activity or maybe even to stake this NFT in some DApp to earn from staking. There are some DApps that exist on some blockchains and don't exist on others that allow you to loan or lend money and take the NFT as a collateral. And if your NFT originally was minted on a different chain, then you might want to bridge it to use it as a collateral. And another use case for the teams of the collections is the following. You all know that every product has a life cycle when initially nobody knows about the product, then you advertise it, people get to know the product and they start buying it. And then you have a curve when eventually you reach a peak of sales, and then your sales eventually start falling. Whatever you do, they fall. It's natural, it's normal, it's because the demand has been satisfied. And if you created more NFTs than the demand wants, if your supply is higher, you have two options. Either you forget about this collection and just throw everything in the garbage, which is not a nice thing. You already invested time, probably money, probably your talent into creating those. And your second path is to bridge those NFTs to a different environment, different ecosystem, where you can give it a new life and you can start this cycle again. Actually, in the second case, you also have two potential options. One, you can just create your own new contract on the other side and just remint your NFTs there and burn them here. But then it won't be reversible. You won't be able to send it back and forth. But the bridge gives you this freedom. You can send them from chain A to chain B using the bridge, and the bridge automatically deploys the contract for you. You don't even have to know how to deploy the contract, what standards it should comply with. Everything is done automatically for you, and it automatically fits the environment. Okay, and the second bonus by using the bridge is that you can send it back, and your original NFTs will be unfrozen. You don't have to burn them and then remint them if you wish. And the third bonus is that you can keep traveling like this between chains without even knowing the technology.
Yeah, exactly. So I was about to say this opens up so many different opportunities in so many different markets, right? Because like you said, imagine I have my asset in the Ethereum network. It could be a Bored Ape or whatever. I can freeze the asset, make a copy in Solana, do my thing, and then bridge it back or sell maybe the asset on Solana for maybe a cheaper amount. I can play in so many different ways. And like we were saying in the beginning, I think it's needed very much something like this because there is so many chains, they don't talk the same language nowadays. And like you said, some networks, they offer things and the other networks, they don't. So having the option to move and jump in between chain, I think it's fantastic. And what do you guys have in mind next? Because you've built a lot of beautiful things already.
In terms of what we have next, that's a great question. This is actually, coming from our very first vision for the company. Our grand, attachment to the market is we love NFTs to the point that we believe that NFTs are the biggest driver for off crypto and crypto community. We always talk about this, and we see a very big shift in the market right now. That projects. This is one of the main topics that we talk about with the different applications that are actually building NFTs or creating different kinds of collections, specifically gaming NFTs that are, and I would say not surprisingly, are pushing forward the market because this is the best playground for actual graphics and visuals with the crypto space. Now, the biggest trend that we see right now is that projects are putting utility first, right? So this is also coming up to what we have in vision for XP Network. And utility first is a combination of words that we really like. Before that, we talked about unified future. Now it seems that everyone understands it. And when people see XP Network, when we go to conferences, so we already get approached and people ask, it's not should I move NFTs and what can I do with that? It's how should I do it? And this is a big shift in the mindset. And we see that back to the projects. We see that really coming together in the fact that they're putting up utility first. And that means that the NFT games, the NFT projects are giving access to off crypto community as well, to people without any wallet, without any, crypto elements at all. So this is a very big step towards mainstream. We're talking about mainstream for years, right? And this is a very big step into it. And when we started XP Network 2021, we have been at the peakest, I would say, of the blue chips NFTs, about the monkeys and the crazy image NFTs that are very cool. It is a very cool market. It is still kicking, but it is a speculative market, right? And the crypto, in order for it to become mainstream, it really needs utility and it needs something to do, right? And right now, what we see are utilities for crypto to crypto, right? So you can do this with crypto, easier with crypto, but the NFTs are holding the biggest promise to making it utility for people that are not from crypto. And this is one of the examples that I usually get from crypto in general is when our grandmas would be able to use the crypto, right, or understand it, this is where it's mainstream, right? And we are getting there. We are very much close to it. And NFTs are holding the key to unlock that, right? Because I can go play a game. I really don't care if it's crypto or not. The game is the game, right? And on top of that, the game has features, and those features, whether it would be the coins or the items or you name it, then I get transitioned into the crypto space more easily. And this is where the grand vision of XP.NETWORK comes to play, that those of crypto communities that are coming in and just want to play a game, right? They don't give any sense about, if it's crypto, non-crypto, what blockchain, wallet, tokens, who cares, right? So they just want to play the game. And now they want to hold the item. And the game tells them, okay, you want to get this item, you need to open a wallet. This is where XP.NETWORK comes to play, right? We want to make this experience as smooth as possible, right? So that means that when a user comes and actually wants to open up a wallet, to set up like its currencies, to get tokens, or for other spectrum are users that already have a wallet and already got tokens, we don't want to make it more complex for them to set up a new wallet on that game, right? So just to play that game. So let's say I have an Ethereum wallet with 2 Ethereum in it, right? I want to play all the games that crypto has to offer. I don't want to go open a wallet in Aurora, in Algorand, in Tezos, in Tron. I want to just go for it, right? And this is where XP.NETWORK comes to play, that we give in our vision, right? We give that ability to just sign in with whatever wallet you've got, whatever tokens you've got, and you play the game. That's it. You don't really care what's the mechanism behind it. So the game could be on a non-EVM chain, and you have an EVM wallet, and you get the NFTs to your wallet, and you move tokens just as freely. So you don't have to think about it at all, right? This is our vision for XP.NETWORK, and it takes a lot of work because it's almost, I would say, magic crafting, to make it super easy and smooth between all the different compatible, non-compatible chains, to make it them compatible, and processing fast as well to make it all easy. And this is why we are going hand to hand with the chains. And from 35 mainnet chains, we have, correct me if I'm wrong, Dima, we have 20 grants right now. And this is a sign that you can actually see that most of the chains that we are working with are granting us, because they are seeing that vision coming together, right? And the other ones, we are either in the grant process or we are in a different kind of way of partnerships. But one thing I can say for sure is all chains that we're working with are aligned towards that, right? And this is something that will just put seeds in the whole market and make it much better and much more fun for everyone.
Well, so in order to implement what Nir was just describing for a game or a marketplace or a metaverse, to use the bridge behind the scenes, we have a library. We call it XPJS, which stands for XP.NETWORK JavaScript Library. But you can also find this library in the package manager, NPM, or you can even install it with Yarn. So there it is. So npm.js is a very popular package manager that allows you to download this package. Here you have a huge document explaining how to use this library in order to be able to first log in with your wallet, and then you can get the information about what NFTs you have. Here are the internal nonces or unique numbers assigned to every chain that we connect. So as you can see, there are 38 chains that we worked with already. These are internal objects of the chains and so on. So this library allows you to do everything that we do in the bridge without the UI of the bridge. So you can use your ecosystem. It can be inside your game, inside your metaverse. And then inside it, you can bridge between the chains. And like Nir said, for example, you log in with only let's say, Solana wallet, but you can use the NFTs that reside on Ethereum, or they can be brought to your Solana account from Ethereum using this bridge behind the scenes. Another tool that we have is a widget. So a widget allows you to host the bridge inside your, for example, website, or you can also host it inside your game. You can do the following. So first of all, you have to register inside this widget. You can have to connect, for example, with MetaMask. It will take you to Ethereum. Okay, so it's going to be pretty much like this on your website. But now everything is gray on purpose because you can set everything to your needs. So here in the widget, you remember, right, how the bridge looks. So this is how our UI looks. Okay, and this is how it looks in the widget. So you can add any images or pictures, whatever you want around it. And then you also select between the chains of departure and the chains of destination. Let's say your project doesn't work with Near, so you don't want to work with it, and Solana and Ton. You only want to bridge between, let's say, Ethereum and Arbitrum Nova, for example. Right. So what you do is you go to integrated blockchains. So there's a setting panel on the left. you just deselect all the chains and select only the ones that you want. Well, I said Arbitrum Nova, and what else did I say? Ethereum, right? So now you only have a bridge between Ethereum and Arbitrum Nova, and your users will not go anywhere else, at least not from this widget, and not accidentally send the tokens to some chain where you don't have an environment waiting for them. You can set the chains. You can also set the wallets. You can pick the wallets that maybe are compatible or incompatible with your game or metaverse, okay, so that you're sure that the users have it. And then you can start setting the CSS. CSS are the colors and the way it looks. So for example, you see that this background is now gray. So you can click it, you can open the color picker, and you can make it any color you want so that it matches your environment, or you can even make it transparent. For example, if you're a game, you have a website of a game with pictures, you don't want them to be covered with this ugly green or red or whatever color. You can make it transparent, and then you will have this widget against your image, and it will look native in any environment. And you can also do it with all the rest of the settings, including the borders and the buttons and everything. Okay, so we won't go deeper into that. Here is another interesting setting, affiliation settings. So what you can do here is when somebody bridges using this particular widget, because you registered, this is your register number of this widget. WID stands for widget ID. So this is how we know that the NFTs passed through this widget. What you can do here is you can provide your address here and the percentage that you want to earn from the fees that we bridge. And every time somebody bridges, you will earn something for hosting this widget. Once this widget is ready, you can just export all the code. It will be here. You can just grab it, or you can copy by clicking this button and just embed it into your HTML. And there it will be working like a native bridge. Any questions what to do and how to do, we have documentation. It's pretty extensive. This is the menu. It's split into different topics. Like for example, right now we have a campaign on Galaxy jointly with Aurora. So what you can do is you can click on the page of this campaign, and you can find all the information, how you can connect the wallets, what you have to sign, how to do the assignments, how to mint NFTs in our collection, how many points you'll get, and everything you want to know. You can also see here that we migrated from the bridge version 1 through 2, 3, and now we're on version 3.1, building version 4. So also in each version, you can see the differences, what changed, and why we are migrating between the versions. If you don't have enough information about using this library, so here we have information about the library too. JavaScript API, there it is. So here you have it all split into topics. And we also have support groups in Telegram and Discord. If you have any problems using the bridge, you can also go there and you will find support from our specialists.
I will make sure to link in the comment down below all the links on your website and everything so people can find you and follow you on social medias. Nir, Dima, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the channel. Thank you so much for showing us your amazing product, and keep building amazing stuff.
Great. Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Do it again. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. And thank you for watching, guys. Bye.